Austin Air manufactures two different series of air purifiers. They manufacture a standard series and a junior series. Now, the standard series is a full-size series. This Austin Air HealthMate we have on the table here today is an example of a standard series model. And the junior series models are smaller, lighter versions of their equivalent full-size standard series models. Junior series models also have about half the output of the larger standard series models. Now, the overall design of the junior series models is essentially identical to the full-size standard series models. Both standard series and junior series models feature a single control knob here on the front of the unit that controls 3 different fan speeds. Junior and standard series models feature a single combination filter that fits inside the center of the unit. So the junior series is essentially just that. It is the junior, the mini version of the standard series models. Now, we generally do not recommend junior series models for the sole reason that those units tend to not be nearly as good of a value as the larger standard series models. When you move up from a junior series model to a standard series model, you're essentially paying 50% more for 100% greater performance. Again, the output on the standard series models is about double that of the junior series models. The filtration media in the standard series models is about double the quantity of the filtration media in the junior series models. So you are getting double the performance there. You're getting 100% greater performance, and the price difference is only about a 50% increase. So for the simple fact that the standard series models are the better value, or the much better value compared to the junior series models, we would very rarely recommend a junior series model over the equivalent standard series model for most users. Now, the standard series of Austin Air purifiers consists of 5 different models. There is the Pet Machine, the Bedroom Machine, the Allergy Machine, the HealthMate, which we have on the table here today again, and the HealthMate Plus. So there are 5 different models there. Now, all 5 models look identical from the outside. They all have this bottom area here where air is taken into the air purifier. They all have this top area here with the same control panel, the same knob on the front of the unit. They essentially look identical. They weigh exactly the same. They have the exact same dimensions. So all 5 models, from the exterior, they're going to look exactly the same, although different models may have different color options depending on what is available from the specific retailer where you're buying these models from. Now, all 5 models do have the same cylindrical combination filter. It essentially looks the same. However, the contents of that filter does differ depending on the model. The exterior, the large particle pre-filter that's behind the grill here is going to be the same on all 5 models. The medium particle pre-filter that wraps around the outside of the combination filter is going to be the same on all 5 models. However, once you get past that medium particle pre-filter into the gas filtration media, that's where you see some differences between different models. So something like the Allergy Machine, it doesn't have any gas filtration media there. Something like this HealthMate has a carbon and zeolite mixture in there. The HealthMate Plus adds potassium iodide in there. So depending on the model, you're going to get a different gas filtration media there, or maybe none at all once you get past that medium particle pre-filter. Now, something like the Allergy Machine is not completely void of gas filtration media. It does add a carbon cloth around the inside perimeter there of the cylindrical filter. However, that is nowhere near as substantial as that 15 pounds of gas filtration media that you find in, for example, the HealthMate here. So what is our recommendation regarding full-size standard series Austin Air purifiers? Earlier we said that we generally do not recommend junior series units, but which specific models of the standard series do we recommend? Well, before we get to that, let's first talk about what Austin Air purifiers in general, standard series units in general, are good for. Austin Air purifiers are really good for 2 different things, durability and gas filtration. These units feature what is essentially a full metal housing, and this is unique in the air purifier world. Most of the units on the market feature a lot of plastic. There's not only a lot of plastic around the body of the unit, but the control panel also has a lot of plastic. There's a lot of buttons. There's a lot that can go wrong there. There's a lot of plastic that can crack that over time is going to take wear much worse than the metal housing here. So if you're looking for a highly durable air purifier, these Austin Air units are a terrific option there for you. Now, Austin Air purifiers are not cheap. They are quite expensive. The HealthMate we have on the table here today ranges in price between $500-$600 or so. Other Austin Air full-size units get all the way up to $700-$800 in price. So these units are not cheap. So why would it be worth it to spend that $700-$800, even the $500-$600 on this Austin HealthMate? Well, there you have the second thing that these units are really good for, and that is gas filtration. And that is really what you are paying for with these units. The Austin Air HealthMate we have on the table here today features a combination filter that contains a combination of activated carbon and zeolite in that mixture. And there's a lot of that mixture in there as well. There's about 15 pounds of that mixture. So most other air purifiers on the market only have gas filters that have activated carbon in there. So you're limited to removing chemicals that only activated carbon can remove from the air. And those other filters usually contain much less gas filtration media than this unit. This unit, again, contains about 15 pounds of that mixture. Most of the units on the market have about 1 pound at most. So by a factor of 15, this unit has more gas filtration media than those other units. So if gas filtration is important to you, if you are especially concerned about removing odors, if you are especially concerned about removing VOCs and different gaseous molecules from the air, this Austin Air unit here, the standard series units, most of them are going to remove those chemicals from the air much better, much quicker than most other air purifiers on the market. They are also going to take much longer to saturate because there's so much media there. That media takes much longer to saturate with the molecules that it's removing from the air than those other filters that only contain about 1 pound of carbon at most. So our recommendation here is that if gas filtration is highly important to you, if it's something that you're especially concerned about, then despite the high price of these units, you are getting something for it there. And we would highly recommend a Austin Air purifier to you if gas filtration is highly important to you. Now, if particle filtration is your primary concern, if you're primarily concerned about allergens, if you're primarily concerned about dust, pet allergens, mold spores, anything like that, if you're concerned about particle filtration, then a unit like this is really not necessary and you can get away with a much cheaper option. So for gas filtration, Austin Air purifiers are recommended. For particle filtration, we would definitely recommend a different model, and we'll have a link to recommendations in the description to this video. In terms of which specific standard series model we recommend, we would tend to lean towards the Austin HealthMate we have on the table here today. The HealthMate is one of the less expensive options, and it still contains that carbon zeolite mixture. So for most users that are concerned about gas filtration and are looking to purchase a Austin Air purifier specifically, we would specifically recommend the Austin Air HealthMate, the same as the model we have on the table here today.